What is going on? And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Levi's Stadium here in virtual Santa Clara, California. As we got a good game here to start off the season 47 playoffs. We got Connor's Minnesota Vikings and Morty's San Francisco 49ers. I'm your solo commentator for the night. Dan, I apologize as I start. Probably got some poor audio quality, but this is the best I can do. But we're ready to roll. Connor and Morty, two Washington natives, not natives, but Seattle brothers, if you will. Two guys that have been here forever, Better League OGs. And from what I understand from talking to Connor, this is the first time they've ever played in a BL playoff game. So this will be exciting. As we do have Dion McMillan, who has been the greatest AI QB so far this cycle. Beautiful experience. Right away, that is intercepted by Lewis Sign. Dion McMillan, an unforced error, rolling to his right, throwing to his left. And you do see those kind of decisions from Morty. He is kind of that gunslinger archetype. And Connor in his Minnesota Vikings open up this game at the 28-yard line. We will see Russell Wilson hand the ball off to Northcutt. Johnny Northcutt with a loss of 1. Morty, I believe he's off of 11 straight wins. He is the hottest user in the better leagues. Beat some very elite users such as Little Alex, such as other people I can't think of right now. As Russell Wilson will throw to his left-hand side. Throws it to Johnny Northcutt. Johnny Northcutt gets a first down. That will move the chains to the 17-yard line. And Morty does say in the chat, fun fact, Connor was his last loss all the way back in week 4 of the regular season. So Morty on quite a streak here. And Connor is hoping to sandwich all those wins with 2 losses on his behalf. As Northcutt once again is going to get the handoff, and Johnny Northcutt takes it to a 2nd and 3. How's everyone doing tonight? Anyone who's in the chat, you got any predictions for this game, for the playoffs at large? We got some real good fun matchups throughout the wild card round and surely through the playoffs. Hi, Finn. How you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. As Russell Wilson under center throws a very risky throw to the flat, and I looked like his user kind of he took his receiver out from the ball so that the DB wouldn't pick it off. That was I guess a smart click on by Connor there. Hey King, how you doing? As Russell Wilson in the gun tight drops back the throw, he just goes right into the defensive tackle. Eric Armstead with the sack, and Minnesota will kick this field goal. I'm rooting for my good pal this playoff cycle. And who is that good pal? Finn, this is season 2 of the cycle. Ben won as the Falcons season 1. He is not in the playoffs this time around, but he does have the only ring of Madden 24. He beat Little Alex in the Super Bowl. You can check our Super Bowl history at betterleaguecfm.com. Shout out Finn for setting me up with WordPress. As Christian McCaffrey takes the handoff, and Morty with a nightmare start on offense, trying to gain some ground from his early mistake. Yeah, it doesn't look much different. I haven't really changed it up, but it serves its purpose. Maybe this winter break we'll do some touch ups. This will lead to a 3rd and 9. Deion McMillan 0 for 2 on the day. As it is a play action. I don't know what he's fooling on 3rd and long. And that is going to be intercepted by Johnson down to the left-hand side. And that is a really bad interception from Deion McMillan. 2 in the first 3 minutes of the ball game. And once again, Connor will take the ball at the 23-yard line. I think this is his 2nd drive in a row, the same yard mark. And that is a throw at a sack, but that's okay. Justin Jefferson there on the curl. Nobody's going to catch that but him. 1st and 10. Let's see who we got in the chat here. We got Cody here. We got King here. We got Frontman Finn. We got Kook 885. We got Sleepy Sultan, a.k.a. Nico, as Russell Wilson drops it to Douglas. Oh, my God, Douglas fumbles. And that is the rookie. I can't think of his name. Not DeMar. Douglas, the rookie 5th rounder, 6th rounder, been very productive so far for the Vikings this season. Coughs up the football, and that's a bad mistake by the rookie. Giving more to the football. And now Christian McCaffrey on the stretch. And I mean, man, if you're Morty, if you can say, man, that's the last critical mistake I'll make this game. If that's it for him, if he got it out of his system, what a break. I mean, he's only allowed 3 points on 2 red zone possessions, where Connor got the ball at like the 20-yard line. So here we go. Deion McMillan throws, fires up the middle of Debo Samuel, not Curtis. Debo Samuel with the 1st down. Deion McMillan, 1st completion of the day. Yeah, McMillan had something like 45 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. As this is a play action this time, and he's going to loft it all the way to Ayuk, and Ayuk makes that catch. Brandon Ayuk in the end zone, touchdown. Wow, an incredible one-on-one ball, and Brandon Ayuk just takes it right out of the DB's hands. And Morty's in business. Jake Moody with the kickoff. Superstar development, Jake Moody. And Douglas, the man who last touched the football and coughed it up, takes it all the way to the 24-yard line. Almost sees a lane there to take it all the way. But it's only going to be effectively a touchback. And as we transition to the Minnesota's first real drive of the game, traditional drive, as Johnny Northcutt takes the handoff, and Connor definitely loves to run the ball. You're going to see a lot from Johnny Northcutt, the rookie, tonight. As we now have 12 people in the chat. I see Matt joined. I see maybe a couple other people joined. Make yourselves well known in the chat. Give us some predictions. Give us some thoughts about the playoffs. Anything you want to talk about. As Russell Wilson, oh my God, Hawkinson with just a horrible drop. I mean, he might have gotten frightened by that DB over there, but you got to catch that football. And that's a sim mode drop, as the people would call it. 3rd and 8. The bells are ringing in Levi's Stadium. And nice movement to the right-hand side to get to the receiver. Jordan Addison. A nice 1st down. Yeah, nice little wiggle there from Wilson to evade that pass rusher because Armstead was coming in hot right up the middle. And we're going to see some funky motion. This is probably a run. It is still a run to the left. Northcutt with a 9-yard gain. As he looks hurt, although they didn't call a timeout about it, so maybe that was just a weird animation. And he throws it to the flat, and that is a risky read. Defender was all over that. 3rd and 1 this will lead to. And this is not 4-down eligible territory, so this is going to be Douglas on the end around Connor's favorite play, if you've heard him in chat. And that will lead to a 4th and 2. And Connor's going to use his coach's decision here with about just over a minute to go in the first quarter. He will forfeit his right to use a CD for the rest of the game if he decides to snap it. Which he does. Douglas goes from right to left, and it is finally a snap. And Jordan Addison with a contested catch, a huge grab to keep the drive going. Yeah, and that's just Northcutt gets stuffed again. I think Connor's got his mic on, and I think you kind of heard him slap his knee or something. Just disappointed on that first down attempt. And once again on the delayed handoff, and that's going to do nothing. As that will take us to the end of the first quarter. The hurry up will not get there in time. We'll put our 2s in the chat, if you will. 7-3. The 3-seeded San Francisco 49ers versus the 6-seeded Minnesota Vikings. Morty back to his old self, as Warren might say, his old milkman self. As Wilson here on a 3rd and 12. He's going to hand it off, and you can't do much there. It's you're going to have to punt it. Surprised he did run that ball because it could no longer be 4-down territory since he used his CD. I mean, you could have maybe gained some yards for a long field goal, but I don't know what the win situation is. But not a good punt either. So Morty will take the ball at the 20-yard line. It's never good to net 25 yards on a punt or whatever that was. As Dion rolls to his left-hand side, and that is Boyd with the catch. And nice rollout by Morty. Going to the quarterback's weak side and still being able to make that throw. That's why McMillan is a front runner for the Hall of Fame. Second and 10, another play action, maybe his 10th of the game, as that will do nothing to lead to a 3rd and 9. Christian McCaffrey with the reception. Connor wins and the Knicks win. Maybe. Is that how you got, Nika? You got a parlay going? As McMillan wide open. That is Juszczyk The fullback right up the seam. You don't see that very often. Nice little dot there by Morty. Oh, it looks like Juszczyk is playing tight end. Interesting. Interesting formation. As that's a lofted up to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey makes two men miss at once. Down to the 6-yard line. Allen says, "Go Connor and Morty." Yeah, it's like when Rob Lowe wore the NFL hat at that playoff game. Just rooting for everyone. As McCaffrey makes a nice move, nice cut right at the line of scrimmage, takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line, and now 2nd and goal, 1-yard line. I mean, options are open for anything. He's not going to go QB sneak, but he's in that I form close. It's usually kind of a stretch, and there it is. It's a stretch to McCaffrey, powers his way to a touchdown. And Morty, after 2 boneheaded interceptions to start the game, suddenly has a 14-3 lead. Almost like he's just had command the whole time. I think Connor couldn't take advantage of those red zone opportunities, and he hasn't moved the ball well on the drives he has had the ball. So, which might have just been one drive. But he needs points here. He will get the ball to start the second half, but this game could go south very quick with the quality of Morty's team. Here we go. Wilson to Northcutt with another reception. And yeah, looks like Connor's just going to make this a 4-minute drive, maybe. Take it all the way down to the half, being very conservative. He needs his first down, though. He's got to move these chains. Wilson, oh my gosh! Yeah, he, I don't know what was in his head there. Maybe thought the defender was gonna sack the quarterback in the pocket and take him, or but I guess nice user play by Morty, but didn't turn out to be anything because he dropped it. But yes, Jefferson is back, so that is a big piece for these Vikings. I mean, the way these knockouts work in Madden right now, and just playing on sim mode, those receiving ratings matter, like catching and stuff. Like, I feel like it hasn't mattered more than now these days. I think that was Ayuk just making a bunch of men miss on that RPO bubble, and just getting shifty out there. Already had the one touchdown of the game, and gets some action on his second touch. Christian McCaffrey with the handoff takes it to the 39-yard line. These are, I believe, both of these guys are playing in their first playoff game of the cycle. Morty's in a tough division, both in tough divisions. Morty's got to deal with Cloud and Allen as the Cards and Seahawks, respectively. Connor's got to battle out Hero and CMAS. So, BL's pretty deep, they say, and it goes to show you. And, yeah, Morty, obviously a great season, taking the division title, NFC West. Connor able to sneak in with that wild card spot. Both very capable users. There is a world where both of them could definitely make a run. As McMillan has his X Factor activated, it is dots. And that is not a dot. As a user lurk right into Wiggins' face. And Wiggins fumbles it. I don't know if that's a CFM fumble. I would think so, that his elbow is down. But we'll see. Okay, yeah, booth review. Yeah, it looked like one of those fake fumbles the whole time. It messes with your heart. You don't know. You really don't know what the game was going to do in that situation. As Wilson in the pistol dumps it off to Hawkinson. Hawkinson makes one man miss, barrels his way to the 25-yard line. As yeah, it's been an interesting game so far. You know, Morty, despite being up 11 points, has already thrown 3 first-half interceptions. Connor yet to get into the end zone. But he's knocking on the doorstep here at the 24-yard line. You would think he's going to get at least some kind of points. Keep it a one-possession game before half. You're going to get the ball, start. As a nice throw there to Jefferson. Got that motion screen from the running back, and always good to hit Jay Jettas on that slant. As they got a flag here on the run, definitely holding. Garrett Bradbury. That'll move him back 10 yards, 1st and 20. So everything the penultimate play was all for naught. Morty got 4 D linemen. And Wilson gives it to Douglas. Douglas out of bounds. I think it's Josh Douglas, Jay Douglas. That's, I think, one of the steals of the late round of the draft. Nice star dev selection there. As Connor's going to throw it into the end zone, and that is not what you're looking for. You cannot throw that post, even if you think it's going to be short against that cover 3, because every time that DB is going to get it. I fall victim to that a lot. You just got to recognize that, especially in the red zone where things get tight. Was not a good decision. And what a turnover for Morty and the 49ers. Able to keep it a two-possession game to enter the second half. As McCaffrey's just going to go backwards. Oh my God, could this be something special? Not really. But I don't know, about 2% of me thought that was going to be an all-time clip. And I don't have the voice to scream like the Vikings user, so you guys just to live with my monotone call, my Joe Buck-esque call of that situation. But we will enter the second half of this game. As we'll put a 3 in the chat here. As the Vikings will receive the second half kickoff. Jake Moody just obliterates that ball out of bounds into the back of the end zone. As Connor going to get under center here. Maybe establish the run, something he hasn't been able to do. And yeah, that's been the story so far. If you're able to bag Connor on his run, especially on first down, it's going to be tougher to make ground. And Morty, you know the 49ers have a great front 7. They will bag that. And Morty just, dialing up the right plays on defense, as Josh Douglas will collect a first down, though. As it's a good play there for Josh Douglas, making up for his bad fumble in the red zone. Russell Wilson steps up in the pocket, smartly goes to the ground, leads to a 2nd and 1. Yeah, good step up in the pocket there from Connor. Able to evade any rushers. And you don't put a spy out there for a guy like Russell Wilson. He's going to pick up some yards. This is play action for Russell Wilson, and he doesn't see anyone. He'll just throw that ball away smartly. I do like how in this game the throwaways are not like an automatic intentional grounding. You know, if there are people kind of out of bounds in short yardage, they will never call grounding, which is good. You know, it's nice that you're able to smartly throw the ball away without having to worry about repercussions. As first time all game, we're seeing some protection here. It is going to be a run for Johnny Northcutt. Able to pick up the first down. 11 rushes, 24 yards. But that time, able to move the chains. So now you got Connor at midfield. It is, as we'll see what the snap is. What happens here? He's not able to evade the rusher. You heard him a little bit upset there on the stream. Looked like he ran into his right guard or something in the pocket, which is never a good thing. But this time it is a free rusher, Nick Bosa. You can't let that guy go free, or else he's going to punish you. That leads to a 3rd and 14. It wasn't even a free rusher. He just completely destroyed the tackle. As big 3rd down, and Hargrave is going to sack him back to the 39-yard line, and you just have to punt here. And a demoralizing set of downs for Connor. I mean, you had first down, you tried to evade the rusher, you got stuck on your O-line. 2nd down, just an insta-shed by Nick Bosa. 3rd down, an insta-shed from the D tackle. And boys can get this football back. And never say never, but a long, sustained drive here could put the game away. If you put together a 4 or 5 minute drive and get in the end zone, make it, an 18-point game? That's a big hill to climb, especially with the way you're playing on defense. As McMillan on a 2nd and 7 will throw to the. Oh my God! Is that pass interference? Oh my God! That's refs are selling this game. I mean, that was probably an uncatchable ball. I mean, I don't know if Connor pressed Y or X, but just an unfortunate animation there to tackle him. And nice comeback route to Brandon Ayuk. Gets out of bounds. And, Deion McMillan, outside of his 3 interceptions, has had a fantastic game. And here's Lucky. Lucky comes in the chat just supporting his Washington brothers. It doesn't matter who wins, just as long as Washington wins, As Ayuk, once again, on a wheel, just wide open, able to move the chains for the 2nd big gain in a row. This will be a screen to Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey makes one-man miss, gets all the way to the 6-yard line for a 1st and goal situation. You got a man down. I think that was an old lineman. And Morty is in complete control here. I mean, even a field goal would be huge. just to make it a 14-point game. But you know he's going for 7. I wouldn't be too opposed of going for it on 4th down here. Because, I mean, 11 points versus 14 points, it's not a big difference. And especially with the way Connor's moving. Part of the calculus, too, of going for it on a goal-to-go situation is you got to factor in they have to drive all the way down from the 5-yard line, right? So if you have confidence in your defense that nothing will happen there, as that does not matter at all because Christian McCaffrey will take it from the flat into the end zone. Touchdown Niners. And the PAT is good, 21-3. And the 13-4 49ers are up 21-3 with 2:14 to go in the third quarter. Morty trying to win his first playoff game in God knows how long. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if he's won a playoff game since maybe 22. If anyone knows, you can correct me. But that's a poor accuracy from Russell Wilson. I mean, he's we're gonna get a rage depth chart decision. As I mean, we've heard some trash talk about Daniel Jones for the whole cycle from Connor, and he's this disappointed in his starter that he's going to put Daniel Jones in when it matters most. We'll have to ask him after the game, as that is first attempt of the game for Daniel Jones, and yeah, I think we got some projectiles going in Tacoma, Washington. That didn't sound too good, but you put the backup in, and instantly he throws a pick. I mean, you never say never, but you almost have to pencil this in for Morty at this point. Just the way Connor's been playing, he's been struggling heavily on offense. Morty has been efficient when he had to be. As Willis, since the force win, are you saying? What are you saying, Steele? Are you saying the Ghost Vance? That's the last time Morty won a playoff game. As McCaffrey's going to take it to the left-hand side. He's going to make men miss, showing why he's the best running back in the game. You know, some people say Breece Hall. Morty says, I got a good guy myself. And he's the piano player from Stanford. As Deebo Samuel takes it into the end zone, down the sideline, touchdown Morty. And it's not looking good for Connor. It's looking great for Morty. 28-3. That's a familiar score to some, but I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if there's enough time to make a comeback, especially the way Connor's playing. Whoop. As I think we had some screw up here with the stream. Hold on. But yes, I did go to my spreadsheet, and Morty has not won a playoff game since Madden 22. As Josh Douglas is going to take it into the end zone on a streak, 1-play touchdown, beautiful throw there, and maybe some life. We'll see. You got to get a couple stops, but that was the score Connor needed. Yeah, I would say the last time Morty won a playoff game would be against Little Alex. I think he beat Alex, and in the wild card round. I think that was the year Cody went 20-0. Morty was the Panthers. Victor Jenkins was his quarterback. Nice AI quarterback. As Deion McMillan's going to get sacked. That's the rookie pool uh, making a big impact play. And that was exactly what the doctor ordered here as we close out the third quarter. And if this brings a little life to the game, maybe we can put some fours in the chat. Who knows? I mean, we've seen crazier things on Better League Network. We've seen a lot crazier. 2nd and 22. If I were Morty, I'd just run the ball. I mean, you don't want to throw this and force anything whatsoever, as it's exactly what he's going to do here. 3rd and 17. And yet again, I'd still run this ball. We'll see if Morty, decides to throw it. But Morty, prone to interceptions, I would not give the ball to the quarterback in this situation. I would not try and get a first down. But we'll see. He's making some hot routes to just make the illusion that he's he's doing something to not waste time. But he wasted too much time. And that is a 3rd and 22. And now he's really backed up. McMillan makes one hot route, makes a second hot route, makes a third hot route, snaps the ball. It will be a pass. Fires up the middle, and this is exactly why what we were talking about. Amos with the interception, and Connor just life injected in his veins. Are we going to see a comeback? I mean, the momentum has completely swung over, if the momentum bar did exist in our league. But you can see him with a big deep breath. I think he understands the situation at hand. 18-point game. Daniel Jones. Johnny Northcutt makes a man miss off the catch. Touchdown, Vikings. And he's going to go for 2 here to make it a 10-point game. Wow, I mean, we had a big drop in viewership when Morty took a big lead. I hope those guys come back. As you're just gonna see a stretch to Johnny Northcutt, and that's gonna be a 2-point conversion in a 10-point game. 18-28. I mean, that's probably some scoregami out there somewhere. But this is a high pressure drive for Morty. I mean, he's got to be really nervous right now. Connor, if you're Connor, there's no pressure. I mean, you should have lost this game. The nail should have been in the coffin. And oh my goodness, it is Poole with an interception. User lurk. Brian Poole down to the 7-yard line. Oh my gosh. As Morty is just imploding at home. The 49ers. What is going on in Santa Clara? Northcutt takes the handoff. The great push from the O-line. And it's going to lead to 2nd and goal from the 1. And I mean, I'll eat my words. I said there was no shot. Very little shot. I did not think it was possible to get, in this kind of situation with 6 minutes to go, 10-point game with an opportunity to cut it to a 3-point game. As Johnny Northcutt dives into the end zone as my computer is about to die, but that's okay. We got a charger. We can't miss this. Oh my gosh, it is a 3-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody at the chat, somebody at channel or something, at channel the stream links, because we got to get people in here. Things are falling here. Yeah, what a game, Alan. What a game. What a game to start off the first playoff game of the 47th season of Better League. As it is an interception! Byron Murphy picks it off, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. And the Minnesota Vikings have a lead. They are leading the game. An interception all the way for 6. Dion McMillan is just melting down. Unbelievable. Just incredible. I mean, we've always, kind of profiled Morty's Madden game. He's gonna be a gunslinger. He lives by the gunslinger. He dies by the gunslinger. He's gonna be aggressive. And right there, I think he's just that was just a prime example of him dying by it, because all of a sudden it's a 32-28 ball game, and for the first time since the first quarter, the 49ers are in a deficit. But anything can happen as Christian McCaffrey makes 2 men miss off jukes. He is gone, 1 man to beat, and Booth gets him down to the 16-yard line. Oh my goodness, guys, this is incredible. Lose my voice here. I mean, everyone left the chat. There's nobody here. As Christian McCaffrey makes just perfect blocking into the end zone. Touchdown, Niners. We got a wild one here, folks. And the extra point is good. It is a 3-point ball game, 35-32, 5:32 to go. A lot of 32s in there. But what was once a high-pressure drive, as Douglas takes it to the 19-yard line. You always got to hold your breath when it's a kick return in this game. But what was going to be a high-pressure drive for Morty, now all the pressure is on Connor. And I think, boys, we're going to get a shootout here. It might be last man with the ball. Because both offenses, kind of found their rhythm. Well, I shouldn't say Morty found his rhythm, but he was able to capitalize on that drive. But Connor definitely found his rhythm. And I expect him to get this ball at least to the 50-yard line. As Northcutt does not get much, leads to a huge 3rd and 5 at his own 24-yard line. If people are just tuning in, it was a 28-3 ball game. Shades of Super Bowl 51. Connor came all the way back, took the lead as Josh Douglas takes the RPO, leads to a 4th and 2, and you got to think he's going to go for it. It is a deficit. It is a deficit in the 4th quarter, so obviously 4-down territory. So if everyone's just tuning in, it was 28-3 Morty. Connor came all the way back off of, some boneheaded interceptions from Morty. It culminated in a pick 6 to give Connor the lead. Morty answered with a touchdown of his own, and now Connor's got the ball 4th and 2, down 3 with 4 minutes to go at his own 27. Daniel Jones, the backup quarterback, Throws it to the corner. Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison's going to make. Oh my God. He gets out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And Daniel Jones just cooking. And that's another story of the game. Daniel Jones coming off the bench off of a bad Russell Wilson first half performance, instantly throws a pick, but he sticks with it and led this team to a comeback. But it's not over yet. It's a three-point game. 3:40 to go. I mean, my heart is just all over the place. We're going to get some motion here in the gun empty Steeler type of formation. Daniel Jones drops back, and oh, that's kind of a weird animation there. Now, I do have to say, Morty does have a superstar kicker. I don't know if he has clutch kicker, which makes this a potential field goal to tie it very deflating for him. As Northcutt is only going to take it to the 16-yard line, 4th and 7, and you just have to kick the field goal. You got to give it to the foot of Greg Joseph, as he does not get perfect accuracy. The way things have gone, no block, but you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, season 47 wildcard round, Better League playoff football. We got a barn burner here, folks. 35-35. Dion McMillan, the truth out of the draft, the 7th overall pick in the draft, came out with superstar X Factor development, was the best quarterback in the NFC and potentially in the entire league in his rookie season. Had a shaky game, but he's here. It's his opportunity to take control and win this football game. He's going to toss it to CMC. CMC just goes wide out of bounds. 1st and 10. As yes, Jake Moody does have clutch kicker and Zen kicker. So you got to think you can't let him milk this clock. You can't get him past the 50-yard line in a position to win. You got to clamp up if you're Connor. But as we're on the north side of the 2-minute warning, he will snap the football. It will be another play action. And Christian McCaffrey is open, and wow, down to the 33-yard line, and you're in perfect field goal range to win this football game. So now if you're Morty, I mean, we'll talk in de facto terms here. If Morty gets a first down, he's going to win this game because he's got the clutch kicker, he's got the Zen kicker. Connor won't have many opportunities to stop the clock. Connor has to stop him on this set of downs. It's critical here. As Christian McCaffrey gets tackled for a gain of 3, and Minnesota uses their first timeout. 1:51 to go. McMillan in the I formation. Hands it off to McCaffrey. He's going to get down 3rd and 2. Minnesota uses their second timeout. And here it is. I mean, 3rd and 2. This is 2 yards to win the game here. As McCaffrey, he gets the first down, moves the chains, and this is all but over. The worst, the worst ending in football for a neutral fan is just seeing knees and a field goal. But Boyd's going to stick at the I formation. He will continue to hand this ball off, it seems. If I were me, I'm just taking knees. I'm not. I mean, Connor has no method to stop the clock. It is your football game to win in this moment. 112 to go. You can't stop, get the ball back with one timeout. So just take 3 kneels, 2 kneels, whatever you need. Call that timeout and kick your game winner with your clutch kicker with no ice. As I mean, what a game! Connor with just a valiant effort. Morty, you know, just imploded and then kind of leveled out at the end. But we're just going to see some clock getting ticked off. McMillan just making hot routes for no reason. We'll probably see a snap at 2 or 1. It will be a snap to Christian McCaffrey, and a strip will not occur. So we will have third down. It looks like Morty's just going to be content with calling a timeout and winning this game. I don't blame him. I mean, it's not like it's raining out. It's not like it's snowing out. The worst that can happen is a block. You're not going to get iced. Connor will think he can ice him. We'll hold on to that hope, but that hope is not there because there's no ice. It is clutch kicker. Jake Moody, the superstar. Number 4. Bangs it home, and the San Francisco 49ers, led by Morty, will win this football game. Wow. Just an incredible sequence of events. As I'll get into commentary booth as Connor just quickly gets into commentary booth. How you doing, Connor? Tough loss here, valiant effort. Really, we lost a lot of viewers, and a lot of people came back just because of the way you were playing, and it came up short, but it was a good one. It was a good one. It was a classic. As I guess we'll start with the winner of this football game, the 49ers of the Better League, a man who has won his first playoff game in 2 cycles, and that is Morty. How you doing, Morty? Talk us through this.
Hey, it feels pretty good when you put it like that. I guess it has been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a piece of shit fourth quarter. I knew if there was any user who kind of knew what I was trying to do, it'd be Connor. So, I felt kind of little fog brain there, just kind of throwing ducks up in the air there, letting them back in it. But at no point did I feel like my offense suddenly couldn't march down the field if I kind of relied on my, once again, extremely overpowered roster. So, kind of with the just kind of going back to some of the basics, I kind of feel like I pulled away there. Leaning on McCaffrey. Well, first thing, good game, Connor, for sure. I mean, like I said, there's one person who kind of has watched a lot of my games and it's kind of know what I'm trying to do. It's him. So I knew it'd be tough either way. I was impressed with my defense as always. I was kind of worried when I saw Daniel Jones go in. I think he's my kryptonite for some reason. I think he kind of handled me pretty good in the regular season. But ultimately, I kind of knew once it was tied up, I was like, well, hopefully I can squeak this one out and McCaffrey deliver.
Yeah.
But I gotta tighten things up big time if I want to get past the next round. That's for sure. Just less terrible passes.
Yeah. I mean, you were very efficient all year. I mean, anyone who can look at those stats knows McMillan had 45 touchdowns, 14 picks, but it was a little bit of over aggression. I think many people would agree tonight. And I just have to ask: do you think that's a cause for concern as the games get tighter, as the opponents get stronger? I don't know if you'll get Hero next or somebody in your next game. Who knows? But you can agree that's probably not the formula to win. Just continue throwing picks. I just want to know If are you concerned about that moving forward?
I wouldn't say concerned. I feel like once I get to like maybe the next couple of rounds, well, next round, I definitely feel like with some of the users in my path forward, I think I'll definitely have to tighten things up. I definitely feel like I just got a little careless. I was up pretty big. I think 28-3 at one point, and I kind of just was. I was just chilling. I felt like I was starting to like try some things out, maybe try some routes out. I usually don't um, focus on, maybe just dumping it in the flats. I feel like Connor kind of started playing pretty short coverage and picked off McCaffrey pretty good. But yeah, I think sneaky one thing that affected me throughout the whole game, maybe not in a general sense, but not having like Kittle going down in the first one of the first plays. I think
Uh-huh.
he's such a binky for me, man. Like just him, like streaks or no corners and like drags, man. Like Kittle's just like always pretty solid for me, and that's probably the first game I played all year without him. And every time I tried to feel like I set up my usual offense, I realized he wasn't on the field, and I kind of just like, oh, I got to figure something else out. So I think, in a sense, my offense goes through George Kittle, and I kind of had to revolve around his absence. So I'm glad I pulled it out. Definitely got lucky there. Once again, I'm not a good user. I just have an OP team. Let's be real.
Well, let's be honest, Morty. You just had to prove to people that 28-3 is the worst lead in sports.
It's fact.
Yeah, it's facts. But we'll move over to the Minnesota Vikings. Connor, tough loss. Obviously, a great effort to come back. Just take us through it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, good game to Morty, man. I thought it was going to be kind of like a Tim Tebow game trajectory. It was like 3/4 the most disgusting football you've ever seen. And then, we turn it up in the fourth and storm all the way back. Unfortunately, I wasn't quite able to get it done there at the end. I was like, I knew I was in trouble when I got two short fields to start the game and only came away with 3 points, right? Like first game, Morty's first offense play of the game, I was able to get that pick. Got I think a first down, but I got completely stuffed by his interior pressure. Was only able to muster up 3 points, and then got another short field. Josh Douglas kind of played like pinball between like four 49ers defenders. Ended up getting stripped. That it is what it is. He's a small receiver. He got tackled by 4 people, and I think the last one was Morty going for a user strip. So that's just, that is what it is. I wasn't too frustrated about that. Like if a fumble's going to happen, it makes sense to happen in that situation. And then I was just so lost on offense for like most of the game, man. I felt like, I don't know. I felt like my O-line, the exterior of my O-line, my tackles, I thought did a pretty good job of containing Bosa. He only really got through a couple times, but the interior of Morty's defensive line, like Eric Armstead, whoever his other DT is, like I felt like I was getting screamed at up the interior all game, and that really kind of put fear in my heart. Like you saw, I went like super check down happy pretty early on because I felt like I just didn't have time to have those medium long routes develop. I think there's going to be renewed criticism of the way I use Justin Jefferson, and it's totally legitimate. I think he had like 1-2 catches the entire game. Tried to target him a couple times. I think they targeted Beef a couple times. I think they both ended in picks, but I don't know. I mean, I was happy with the way I fought back and kind of stayed in it mentally, especially down 28-3. But that's about all I can be proud of because it was a pretty rough game.
Yeah. If I were to ask you one question, maybe coming out of the game, the biggest storyline was the Daniel Jones situation. I mean, we saw a little rage pause at some overthrow from Russell Wilson, and then Daniel Jones comes in the game and immediately throws a pick. And it looks like things are going to get worse. And then things just got better. And like I was thinking about all the times in these parties you were talking about how Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones will never see the field ever again. And then like he almost saves the day. And I would think if like he won this game, maybe he's the quarterback moving forward.
Oh, he would have been the quarterback going forward. I don't really like Russ wasn't that bad. It was like more my reads. I just felt like, especially after the overthrow, it wasn't like I mean, you may or may not believe me when I say this. It wasn't a rage pause so much as it was like, okay, I need to change something else. I need to like inject some juice into my offense now, or else it's just going to get worse. It did get worse. I threw a pick, right after, but Yeah, I mean, Daniel, he hit Josh Douglas on that streak, let a couple nice drives into field goal range. Man, my red zone offense, like that, like as I think back on that game, Morty did a really good job with his defensive user, especially against the run all day. And his obviously team was very good, got a lot of block sheds, but like I gotta figure out my red zone offense because as soon as the field compresses on me, especially against teams like this, I don't really know what to do. And I think you kind of saw that today.
Yeah, for sure. And I will go back to Morty for a sec because Morty, you did come out with this game, and you are the 3 seed. So I guess there are only 3 possibilities of who you could play in the next game.
Enlighten me.
You could play either Hero, which is who is the 2 seed. So if he beats CMAS, you will have Hero, and if people will take that game, Hero in that game, you'll most likely play him. Or I guess you could play either myself or Alan. That's a possibility. So just take us through all these possible matchups between myself, Alan, Hero, and moving forward.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things shake out. I'm pretty familiar with Alan, thankfully. I still go into every game with him, not necessarily expecting a ton of success. I was kind of surprised by how the regular season went, being able to put up quite a few points and take both of our matchups. So, just based on recent results, I'd be confident kind of going into games against Alan. I'd say Dan, you're total wild card for me. I admittedly haven't been able to catch too many of your games this year, and 4 seed, that's saying something. So it'd be kind of a treading lightly going into, if that was the matchup. I think I opened the season against Hero, so I have a bit of a sense of kind of what he's trying to do. He streams quite a bit. I feel like I've seen some of his games. I'm not sure if he's doing anything different with Levis there instead, but I know he's a solid user all the way around. I just feel like with a lot of the users remaining, there's nothing comes easy. In a sense, for myself mentally, it's hard to sometimes just even keep up with maybe some of the deeper medium shots, just not expecting it to be there. But I do think that's what admittedly got me through Allen in the regular season. I stayed consistent with it. I think I finally had a quarterback I could believe in, and it kind of just started hit some of those shot plays. So hopefully I keep with that, but ultimately a balance, right? And then ultimately just feed McCaffrey and pray. That's kind of what it comes down to. But yeah, it'll be fun either way. Like I said, it's been a while since I've even been anywhere near the playoffs, so it's kind of fun just to be in the mix again and get to compete. That's I feel like it's kind of been of a rejuvenation of a season for me, in the sense of kind of being towards the top and slowly climbing my way up to the 3 seed, and hopefully I can keep it rolling. I obviously, like I keep saying, I got the roster that can get it done. I just kind of make sure my user offensive defense is kind of ready to go themselves. So hopefully it can do some more damage, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely, Morty. And you're kind of a fan favorite in BL. Everyone wants to see you succeed. Everyone loves when you succeed. So it's nice to see you back. It's nice to see you back in contention, back to your old self. It's great to see. But anyway, I gotta cut the stream. I gotta pack my things and head home because we got another game coming up on Better League Network. Right? It's gonna be Bucks Seahawks, maybe 10 an hour and a half or